Hey everyone, I welcome you all to this video. And in this video, we are going to discuss about full outer join. So basically, there are 6 types of joins in Power BI. We have discussed 5 of them. And now let's talk about full outer join. So in order to understand full outer join, first of all, again, let's open the PowerPoint presentation that we have. And again, we'll take an example to understand this. So I will simply click here on 12th slide. And this is the data that we are using. So I will simply Control D. And I'll move the slide down. So this 14th slide is the question. It is our question, right? We are going to use the same question. So, all right. Now we have the student details table. This is the left table of the first table. And then we have right table of the second table. And its name is marks table. And we are going to discuss about the output of full outer join. Full outer join. All right. We are going to discuss about its result. All right. And let's say we are assuming that in the output, we will be having all the columns from both the tables. So first of all, let's write the name of the columns of the first table in red color. So we have ID, name, phone number, address. ID, name, phone number, then your address, and here we have ID, subject, and marks. So let's write it in black. ID, subject, and your marks. All right. Fine. Yeah. So if I'll talk about this full outer join, so first of all, whatever we have discussed in the inner join, this full outer join will consist of the output that we would have received in the case if we would have applied the inner join. That outcome will be included in the result of the full outer join. Plus, all those records will also be available in the full outer join output, which are present only and only in the left table. Plus, all those records will also be available in the final result or the output of the full outer join, which are present only and only in the right table. So first of all, we will simply write the output of the inner join. So first of all, let's discuss about that. So again, we are going to use the ID column. Based on the ID column, the join is going to be applied. Fine. So first of all, what would be the output if inner join would have applied, right? We are discussing about the output of the full outer join. So first of all, let's write down the input of the inner join. So again, this one will match with this one and this one both. So when this one will match with this one, we will get this as output. We will get all these 4 records from the left table. That is 1A X null. So I'll write it here. 1A X null, and corresponding to this one that matched with the first one, we will get 1 English 79 from the second table. So I can write 1 English 79 from the second table. Now again, this 1 in the ID column in the left table will match with this one in the ID column of the second table. So from the left table, we'll get 1A X null. So 1A X null, and corresponding to this 1A X null, since it matched with the second record, we will get 1 math 97. So 1 math and 97. Similarly, let's talk about the second record. If I'll talk about this 2, so this 2 will match with this 2. So we will get 2BY null, 2BY null, and then we have 2 English 89. We can write 2 English and your 89. Then again, that's all. So this would have been the output if we would have discussed only and only about the inner join. But we are talking about full outer join. So this will include the output of inner join plus all the records that we have only and only in the left table, and all those records that we have only and only in the right table. So if I'll talk about this 3, then this 3 is present only and only in the left table, in the ID column of the left table. So corresponding to this 3, we will get 3CZ, CZ3, 3CZ, CZ3. And since this 3 is present only in the ID column of left table, it is not present in the ID column of right table. So corresponding to all the columns from the right table, we will get null as the output. So null, null, and null. Similarly, if I'll talk about this 6, then this 6 is present only and only in the right table. It is not present in the ID column of the left table. So we will get 6 math 78 in the output. So 6 math 78 in the output. And since this 6 is present only in the ID column of the right table, it is not present in the ID column of the left table. So corresponding to all the columns from the left table with respect to this 6 in the ID column in the right table, we will get null. So null, 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 and null. Similarly, if I'll talk about this 15, so this 15 is available only in the ID column of the right table. So we will get this in the output of the full outer join. So 15 English 88. We have 15 English 88. And corresponding to this 15 English and 88, we will get nothing from the left table. So by default, here we will be having null. Null values in all columns of right table, because this 15 is not available in the ID column of the left table. So this will be the output of the full outer join. Now let's see how the output looks with respect to an example that we have considered in the case of Power BI. So if I'll open Power BI, basically Power Query Editor, and again, this all student details is our left table. So I will simply first of all click here on our left table. Then I'll click on the drop down, merge queries as new. And we are going to use all student details. ID column is going to be used for which join will be applied based on this ID column. And the second table is a student marks new. ID column is going to be used for applying the join. And the type of join that we are going to apply is the full outer join. So it says all rows from both. And it shows that the selection matches 4 out of 7 rows from the first table and 10 out of 12 rows from the second table. Let's see what is the output. I'll simply click on OK. And first of all, let's say from the second table, we want all the columns in the output. So I'll click on this expand button and I'll click on OK. This is the final output that we have. So corresponding to this 1 was present only once in the left table. You can see this first record. But this 1, that is ID equal to 1, was present thrice in the student marks new table. You can see these first 3 records. That's why if I'll see the output of the full outer join, here you can see that this 1 is present 3 times, because it just happened as if inner join was applied. So that's why these records up to record number 10 are obtained in that way. So you can see that 1 is available thrice. And since this join condition was applied thrice. Similarly, if I'll talk about all student details, you can see record number 2. So 2 is present once only in the all student details table. But if I'll talk about student marks new, here 2 is present twice. So in the final output, you will see it twice. So you can see record number 4 and 5 that 2 is present twice, because 2 times this join condition was applied there, right? Because 2 times 2 was present. If I'll talk about all student details, then we have 3 appearing only once. If I'll talk about student marks new, so here we have 3 appearing thrice, that is 6, 7, 8. So again, in the output of the full outer join, you will see 3 appearing thrice. So record number 6, 7, 8, you can see. Similarly, if I'll go back to all student details, you can see 4 is available once. But student marks new, 4 is available twice. So in the final output, you will see 4 twice. Again, if I'll go back to all student details, then we have 9 and 12 here, which are present only and only in the left table. So they will be present in the final output only once, but corresponding to ID number 9 and 12, you will see null values for all the columns from right table. So if I'll click on merge one, So corresponding to 9 and 12, that is record number 14 and 15, you can see null values and all other columns obtained from the right table. Similarly, if I'll click on student marks new, which was our right table that we used. So here we have record number 11 and 12, that is ID 6 and 15, which are present only and only in the right table. So since 6 and 15 are present only and only in the right table, so here you can see that corresponding to, okay, one second, this is student, okay, we have 6 and 15, so corresponding to 6 and 15, all right, so we have 6 and 15 here, corresponding to 6 and 15, we have null values in all the columns obtained from table 1 or the left table, right? So you can see record number 11 and 12, ID is equal to 6 and 15 from table 2. These are the columns of table 2, sorry. And corresponding to these records which are present only and only in the right table, we have null values in all corresponding columns from the left table. So that's how full outer join works. I will rename this merge one. I'll double click and I'll rename this as full outer join. Okay, so this was all about the different merge conditions and different joins that we had to discuss. Now, since we want to apply all the changes in the Power Query editor and we want to go back to the report view, so I will simply click here on close and apply drop down and I will now select close and apply. Go back to Power BI. It will apply all the changes, as you can see. It might take some time for data to be loaded into the model. All right, so we have discussed about all the join conditions. Also, I will be providing this PPT in the material section. So you can refer to this as well because we have considered examples here and we have tried to understand everything from here only. And then we have also discussed about implementing using a different example in Power BI. So you can refer to this slide and you can practice using the dataset that will be provided in Power BI. So I hope this video was helpful. We'll meet in the next session. Till then, thank you. Bye-bye.